Ever wondered why Swiss cheese is so full of holes? Could it be a conspiracy by mice worldwide? Our cheese, that delectable dairy delight that tantalizes taste buds across the globe. From the creamy brie of France to the piquant parmesan of Italy, cheese is a language all its own. But how much do we really know about the process that transforms ordinary milk into this extraordinary staple of our diets? Well, dear listeners, you're in for a treat as we delve into the fascinating world of cheese making. It's a world filled with curds and whey, molds and bacteria, and yes, even holes. We'll discover why blue cheese is, well, blue, and why Swiss cheese could double as a makeshift flute. We will explore the intriguing characteristics that make each cheese unique, from their textures to their flavors and even their stinkiness level. So buckle up, cheese lovers, and prepare for a journey filled with fun, facts, and of course, flavor. Let's embark on this cheesy journey together, shall we? So you thought milk was just for your morning cereal? Think again. It's actually the lifeblood of cheese, the unsung hero of your charcuterie board. Milk is the starting point of every cheese journey. From the verdant pastures, our dairy animals, be it cows, goats or sheep, provide us with this white, creamy elixir. It's a fascinating fact, but the type of milk used directly impacts the flavor and texture of the cheese. Cow's milk, with its rich and creamy nature, gives us classics like cheddar and brie. Goat's milk, on the other hand, is tangier and yields cheeses like chèvre, and let's not forget sheep's milk. It's the powerhouse behind the decadent Roquefort and Manchego. It's incredible how a simple ingredient like milk can be transformed into a symphony of flavors. Each type of milk sings its own unique tune, setting the stage for a mouth-watering, cheesy performance. So remember, every great cheese starts with a humble glass of milk. What do you get when milk throws a party? Curdles. Now, let's dive into the fascinating world of curdling, a process that's as intriguing as its name suggests. Curdling is the transformation of milk into curds and whey, a process that we might as well call the cheesy metamorphosis. It's the part of the cheese-making process where milk goes from being a liquid to a semi-solid state. So how does this happen? Well, it's not magic, though the results are certainly magical. It's all down to two key players, bacteria and rennet. First up, bacteria. These little guys have a pretty important job. They're introduced to the milk and get straight to work, converting the milk's lactose into lactic acid. This shift in the milk's chemistry starts to change its structure, causing it to thicken and form clumps. Next, we bring in the rennet. Rennet is an enzyme that acts as a catalyst to speed up the curdling process. It breaks down the milk proteins, causing them to clump together even more, creating what we call curds. These curds are the building blocks of cheese. But let's not forget about the whey. The leftover liquid after the curd has formed is known as whey, and it's not just a byproduct. Whey is packed full of nutrients and can be used in a variety of ways, from baking to protein supplements. So curdling isn't just about turning milk into a solid. It's a complex chemical reaction that changes the milk's structure and composition, setting the stage for the delicious variety of cheeses we know and love. And there you have it. That's the curdling game in a nutshell. It's a party where milk, bacteria, and rennet mingle together to create fantastic curdles. And these curdles? They're the VIPs that go on to become the star of the show cheese. So the next time you see curdles, remember they're just milk having a good time. Ever feel like you're under pressure? Try being a cheese curd. Now imagine being a curd. You're lounging in your cozy vat, feeling all smooth and creamy, when suddenly you're chopped up into tiny pieces. That's right, folks. In the first stage of our transformation story, our curd is cut into small pieces, a process that resembles an intense session of culinary boot camp. It's a tough world in the cheese vat, but don't worry, our curds are resilient. Next, things start to heat up, literally. The curds are cooked and the temperature rises. It's like a sauna in there, but for curds. This isn't a spa day, though. The heat causes the curds to lose weight as they shed whey and shrink in size. It's a tough fitness regimen, but hey, no pain, no gain, right? Now, if you thought things couldn't get any more intense, buckle up, because now it's time for the pressing. Imagine going for a relaxing massage and ending up in a wrestling match instead. That's what our curds are going through. They're pressed under heavy weights, forcing out even more whey. The pressure is intense, but our curds are not backing down. They're transforming, becoming firmer, denser, and starting to look a lot like, well, cheese. Throughout this grueling process, the curds are also developing flavor. It's a bit like how we humans develop character through our trials and tribulations. The curds are becoming more mature, more sophisticated. They're not just any old curds anymore, they're cheese curds. So there you have it, from curd to cheese. It's a journey of transformation, of pressure, of resilience. It's a testament to the strength and adaptability of these humble curds who endure all this just to bring a smile to our faces and a delicious bite to our meals. So the next time you feel the weight of the world on your shoulders, think about the cheese curd. It turns out pretty delicious in the end. Scene script: patience is a virtue, especially if you're a cheese. Now, we've all heard the saying, age before beauty. But when it comes to cheese, it's more like age for beauty. The process of aging, or affinage as the French would say, is crucial in the cheese-making process. It's not just about letting cheese sit around in a fancy cellar hoping it doesn't grow mold. No, it's an art form, a science, and a waiting game all wrapped into one. Think of it like this: cheese, like a fine wine or a good joke, gets better with time. As the cheese ages, it develops complex flavors and textures that make it stand out from the crowd. It's like cheese puberty, where the mild-mannered cheese of yesteryear transforms into a full-bodied, flavorful wonder of the culinary world. Now, every cheese has its own timeline. Some age for a few weeks, others for several years. It's like attending a cheese high school reunion. You'll have the early bloomers, like the soft, creamy camembert, ready to hit the cheese board in just 4 weeks. And then there are the late bloomers, the hard, sharp cheddars that take years to reach their full potential. And let's not forget about the blue cheese, the rebellious teen of the cheese world. It's that one cheese that decided to invite mold to the party, and boy did it pay off. With its pungent aroma and bold flavor, it's a favorite among the adventurous cheese connoisseurs. So, you see, aging isn't just about waiting. It's about nurturing, caring, and sometimes it's about letting nature take its course. It's about understanding that every cheese has its journey, its story, and when it's finally ready, when it's reached its peak, it's not just cheese anymore. It's a masterpiece, a testament to the art of patience. So remember, good things come to those who wait, especially if you're waiting for cheese. So, we've squeezed, cooked, and aged our way to cheese. Let's take a moment to relive the journey. Remember when we started with the humble milk, the unsung hero of our cheesy tale? From the udder to the pail, this lactose-filled elixir embarked on an incredible journey. It was just minding its own business, chilling in the fridge until we decided to turn it into cheese. Talk about a career change. We then introduced it to our friendly neighborhood bacteria. They were all too willing to party, turning our milk into curds and whey. It was like watching a magic show, but with a dairy product as the star. And then came the squeezing. Oh, the squeezing. We applied pressure to the curds, releasing the whey and making the curds feel special. It's like a day at the spa for the curds, but instead of cucumbers on the eyes, they get a nice press. Afterwards, we sculpted these curds into the shape of cheese. It was like we were Michelangelo, and the curd was our block of marble, waiting to be turned into the David of the cheese world. But unlike David, our cheese was destined to be eaten, not admired in a museum. But wait, the journey wasn't over yet. We had to wait and wait and wait some more. The aging process is when the cheese develops its character, like a fine wine or a mature adult. It's the cheese's time to grow up and face the world, one bite at a time, and voila, after all this time we had cheese. A delicious, creamy, and let's be honest, slightly smelly art form. Each step, each process, each moment was all worth it for this glorious creation. So, next time you bite into a slice of cheese, remember it's not just food, it's a labor of love and a bit of milk, bacteria, and patience.